All right, we are here with Bec.
Hi, guys.
Is it Nolan?
Donlan.
Nolan. Who's
Let's
Nolan?
restart.
She's a. All right, we're here with Bec. No, Nolan. Is she like a? I think she's like a media person, maybe. In the sports
Nolan?
world. Yeah.
No, she's the DJ that you had DJ at your
Oh,
event,
yeah, that's right.
actually.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
only know that because they got my name messed up with hers on the guest list.
That's
and they're like,
right.
you're already in there. And I'm like, no, I'm literally, thank you, though. I'm sick. Like,
Okay, so Bec Donlan.
Yes.
Yes. All right, great. We got that down. All right. Thank you for coming. So, how is the hangover?
it's been better. It's great.
Okay.
We're getting there.
You're here, though, right?
I'm
You're
here.
here.
I made it. Do you know what? That's important. I'm a big believer of like, you do the crime, you do the time. You know,
So
yeah.
you had told me that you had work to finish up before you got here. Was the work recovering from the hangover?
It should have been. No, I was really terribly doing my work. Yes.
Okay.
I've also, I'm like a self-sabotage person sometimes, you know? So it's like if I know I've got a big day, I really shouldn't go out the night before. But here we are. It's Friday and we love this energy.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Exactly. So you were telling us off camera that you went on your first dating app date, and we don't have to spill the tea because I know it's a new guy, but like, so you're anti-dating apps in general for the most part?
I don't like dating apps generally. And the reason why is because, and it is very much of what you, that's why I love like you guys, I guess, because it's like, I hate the back and forth. I can't be bothered. I'm not your babysitter. I'm not your pen pal. And it's like, how's your Thursday? I don't want to tell you about my day. You don't know me. Like, it's just this, it's meaningless chat. And it's like, I'm really fucking funny. But if you don't know me, I can't be funny because you're not going to understand. I'm also Australian, so I'm insane. So then it's like, if you got like banter back and forth, I could be sarcastic and then they'll be offended, or it's like they don't understand. So there's too much. So I've got to like meet you in person, or like, you know, like, I don't know, have a guy fall in my lap because I'm terrible at hunting.
So could we
I'm gonna slide this a little closer.
Yep.
because we want to hear you.
Okay.
You know?
Love that.
We love your voice.
I love that. There we go.
So wait, so we didn't get which app it was.
Yeah, we're gonna grill you. We're gonna grill you right now. With the,
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Raya.
okay.
Oh,
See, you probably.
no.
Well,
I was hoping you'd say Hinge.
No.
Raya, you're not a Raya. You're too cool for Raya.
Everyone's too cool for Raya. It's awful. And they're
Raya.
all awful. They all suck.
All right.
Well,
all
you're the
right.
first person that didn't lead with Raya. Everyone loves to say they're on Raya, so congratulations for
Yes,
being the
that's
first
true.
person to.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, I
Like-
appreciate that.
I think it's all like soul destroying. I can't. Like, I'm just like,
But people like to just say they're on Raya, so they can
Why?
because they think it's a brag.
it's definitely
Yeah, I
there
went
is
to the-
zero flex in being on Raya.
They
Like
no, that's
there
what
is
they think there is, but there's not.
there is zero flex. It's almost like no.
I went to the coffee shop the other day and I was like, oh, I'll take like a regular coffee with regular milk. And she's like, oh, I'm on Raya. And I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. Love that for you. It's like no. I think that's something you just don't tell anybody.
I like
Keep
that.
it a secret.
So how I don't even know how Raya works. How long were you guys talking before he asked you out?
We didn't, which was great.
Mm.
Love
Talk
that.
to us. Yeah, how did it go? How did it go down?
What do you mean? Well, like,
What do you mean?
what are you
Like,
talking about? What do you mean?
who liked who? And then it's
Yeah, like
meet
how
me
did it
here.
work? Like
No, so how it works is like you mutually like each other.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you swipe whatever, and then you get a match. Great, because that's how dating apps work, right? I
Right.
don't know.
But then who asked
This
you
is
out?
my first time using a dating app ever in my life, by the way.
Okay.
Like this is pathetic.
I assume he asked you out first.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
I'm
So
not
how
doing
did it go?
shit.
How did
No,
it go
I'm not
down?
doing shit.
Once you matched?
No, I'll have like a whole book of matches, and unless you reach out, I don't care. Like you can just sit there. I really don't care. Like it's fine.
And now
I'm not that eager. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
you brought up an interesting point. So you are new to dating apps, but you actually gave him your address and let him pick you up for the first time ever meeting him, which I think is also
Well, yeah. Okay.
Rare.
Now I feel like
I think
crazy
that's the
person.
Australian in you.
Yeah,
probably.
that didn't realize that.
Do you
was
carry a
bad.
knife?
No, but I guess I should now.
Maybe.
I'm sweating. Like,
Well, I feel like a lot of women would want to meet on the first date just to make sure that they
Well-
trusted the guy enough and
okay, well,
Before he
okay,
picks you up,
I'm
yeah.
responsible.
But you
okay?
made it.
I
You
fucked up.
survived.
I dropped the ball. Okay, no, don't
Let this
tell
be
my
a-
mom.
let this be
Don't
a
tell
lesson.
My mom.
Yeah.
Well, I live in a big building with a lot of apartments. So if he's
you
going to
live in
really
10,000?
what?
10,000 on Santa Monica?
No, I don't. But
I don't know.
do.
Between the
do.
Raya and going to Doja Cat's party, I don't know.
He's so much.
I don't know where you live.
Just go kill myself. It's fine. It's like, no, but I do live in a big building on Santa Monica, actually. So
Yeah, also, yeah. I'm putting two and two together now. You were in traffic. Your driver was probably driving you. You were probably
no, I drive myself.
texting while
I cook.
you were in
It's
the
okay.
back.
I do normal things. I have a dog. I walk it myself.
in a
what
stroller.
else? Yeah, in a
Probably,
stroller.
yeah.
It's a Pomeranian. I'll just let myself out. It's fine.
All right. Well, I am interested in this date since it's your first dating app date, and it seems like it was successful, right?
It was great. It was vibey. It was really good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
But I feel like my rule with dating apps though as well, now that I'm a pro, obviously, my one date, is basically like, it's not, I'm meeting you for the first time. This isn't a date. To me, that's
Okay.
not a date. It's a meet and greet, right? If you pass the meet and greet, then we're going on a date.
It's a vibe check. Yeah.
Right? It's a
Feel 'em
vibe
out.
check. Do you know what I mean? Because like I'm not like I've met you for the first time in my life. Like when do you honestly like if you met someone for the first single time ever, like it's very rare. Like you don't know anything about the person. So it can't really be a date because it's not
Yeah.
like it's I hate the forced feelings situation on people. Does that make sense?
100%. But now, being a meet and greet, what are the criteria to pass?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're meet and greet, and how does he make the first date after the meet and greet?
I mean, no, but we like you treat it like a date,
Yeah.
right? Like do all the date like things, but don't. There's like zero expectation,
Okay.
and you've got to do the most. Like jump through hoops, bro. Do the lot. Right?
So
Like-
he pulls up in his Porsche, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Right, he
Yep.
pulls up in his
Yep.
Porsche.
Yeah, that's it.
Is he tall enough? Is he good looking enough?
I've really like cut back on the height being an issue now.
Okay.
Because I'm old and I feel like I've just got to start really. You know,
You're gonna start shrinking soon anyway.
yeah, exactly.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah.
So are all Aussies like over 5'9" and just models and fitness instructors?
I mean, your girlfriend is, so yeah. Basically.
Well,
Fiance.
Fiance, sorry.
You're
my
the
God.
only two that I can judge.
And the Hemsworth. So yeah,
The
we're on a
Hemsworths.
good track.
We're basically
yeah.
all related. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. exactly.
Okay.
No, but I think for me, height's not an issue anymore. I used to be like, years ago, I'd be like, oh my God, unless they're 6'4" and I can climb them like a tree, like I'm not interested. But now I'm just like, it's fine if you're my height. That's huge for me. That's like really
So
big.
5'9" is good enough.
Yeah,
Well, you have heels on, right?
always.
Okay, so
But my friend said the other day, which is really funny, she's like, I love dating a short king. Shout out Amanda McCants, I love her. But she was like, I love dating a short king because I feel like an Amazonian beauty and I'm so tall and skinny. And I'm like, you know, that is a great
It's
fucking
all about
way to think about
perspective,
it. Do
yeah.
you know what? I'm down. I like that idea.
yeah,
So yeah, he's just going to make me look tall and like skinny and pretty.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It's great. Yeah. It's all about perspective, right? Okay. So he picks you up. You guys go to the this new spot.
Yeah, we go to this great restaurant. Food was really good. He down to drink, thank God. Like,
He ordered everything.
oh no.
Oh.
No, I don't like that.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like that-
Well, yeah. So what were you saying?
Oof, no.
He
thought-
drank.
No, but he was down to drink. I hate it when you
Oh.
go on a date and people are like, "I'll just have one drink." I'm like, "Oh God, I can't like them. Like that's gonna be boring. Like it's not. Well, then it's not fun.
I agree.
Like unless like you really don't like the person, and then it's like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm not drinking."
See, that's what we talk about a lot with the app, right? The app, it revolves around like the first date is a drink, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't want people getting stuck on a dinner that they don't want to be at, but you committed to the dinner. Is that right?
I prefer a dinner.
You do.
Yeah, kind of.
Shows more.
Well, it shows that you like actually care, and that it's going to be more than like you want a date rather than other things. You know?
Are you selective about very selective about who you'd actually go on a date with?
Yeah.
So you'd probably know
I never go on dates. I'm the
Okay.
worst. I'm like probably the worst single person there is, but that's
So
okay.
wait, why don't we rewind? Why did you actually download the dating app? Was
because
the
I
real
need to
world
get
just
I need to get my shit together. I think.
the real world just wasn't doing it?
What?
The real world, it was just. I feel like people are intimidated by
Yeah.
women who are tall and
Do
beautiful.
you know how annoying that is though? It's like,
I
oh,
think it's a
you're
real
just
thing, though.
intimidating. It's like, great. So
But I
what do
think
I
it's
just
real.
do? Go fuck myself? Like, this is so annoying. Like, I'm pretty friendly. I'm so painfully transparent. Everything's like, ugh, right? And I think, I don't know, like it's just, yeah, real world dating is definitely not it for me. That's for sure. Like it hasn't been great recently. And yeah, I think I just need to force myself to do things outside of my comfort zone. And I build in
That's a
my
good one.
head
Yeah.
that a dating app and going on a date is the worst thing in the world. And I've got to change my perspective on that.
I mean, it
think.
is normalized now.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Why did you have it in your brain that that's the worst thing in the world? Dating apps.
Dating. No.
Or
Not
why did
dating.
you build it up to be like such a negative thing?
It's just a time suck, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I also don't like, and I think it's an American mentality, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Australians date very differently. Do you know, like, I think we do anyway. Like, well, we did when I lived there, like 10 years ago. But basically, like, if you're seeing someone or if you're talking to someone, you see it out, right? So it's
Okay.
like, okay, cool. I go on a date with you. It's amazing. Great. Let's do 5 dates. Let's figure it out. And then you either like get the ick or you really like whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of see it out. You don't like shop around. It's not like the paradox of choice kind of thing. Like I think with dating apps, half the people on dating apps, and this is just my opinion, it's like it is the paradox of choice. It's like grass is always greener syndrome. No one's ever fucking happy with anything as it is generally, right? So then you give them this plethora of like desperate bitches that all want to go on dates, and it's like this is just never ending because they've got so many options and they're just like always going through options. So that's one aspect of it. And then the other thing is I'm very much a vibe person. I'll know within 30 seconds if I can be bothered or not, like really, which was weird that I said yes to dinner and I understand that, but that's just who I am right now.
Yeah. And I was going to say, when people want to get their shit together, I feel like they delete the dating apps and you went the opposite direction and downloaded them.
I don't know what that's an attack. I'm like,
No, it's just a thought. I mean, if you take it as an attack, maybe, but I feel like when people are like, fuck, I'm done with it. I got to get my life together, delete all the apps. But
no, I don't waste time on it though.
Okay.
This isn't like a full-time job here. We're good. It's fine.
Okay.
Like I just said yes to one date. It's okay.
Okay.
So how long did the date last?
Time like
2 hours?
2.5 hours.
And was he linear the whole date?
What does that mean?
Like the whole time, you're like, he's doing good, he's doing good, he's doing
Yeah,
good.
no, it was great. I was actually surprised. I even like did the whole text to my friends being like, I don't understand this guy's not a psychopath. I'm shocked. Like, that's great. That's huge.
Wow.
In 3 weeks, this guy's a fucking psychopath. I don't know.
Literally, day
Yeah.
3, I'm like, get me out.
So did he?
I'm like, I need a panic phone call right now.
Did he confirm second date already?
There will be a second date next week, so we'll see.
So did he confirm that before you guys left each other?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Impressive.
Yes.
He seems to be hitting.
I wouldn't do that. I don't think.
No?
I don't think I would confirm it.
Really?
I would I don't know. I would say, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say like,
if you're interested in the person, I feel like you should. No?
oh, I just feel like confirming it. I mean, to what degree? Because I would say like,
Oh
if
no,
you
but
said,
like, okay, dinner next Friday.
Yeah, that's a little
weird,
much.
that's
Yeah,
a bit
yeah, okay.
much,
I'd love
but
to see you
like,
again. Yeah.
No, or like, yeah, like let's do something next week.
Okay, that's cool. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Though.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But it's also the next day, so who knows? There could have been shit talking, so I don't know.
True. Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Let's get me real jaded and spirally over here on my hangover. I love that for me.
Yeah, and also I think back to the intimidation thing, the banter, right?
Yeah.
Americans don't know the Aussie banter, and I think it's a real problem for us.
It's a real problem. It's a real problem for me. It's bad.
I
Because
remember-
I'm really funny and people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, I remember I had South African and Aussie friends in New York, right?
Yeah.
And they were just bantering with me, and I was like,
Like, what is
my
going
friends are fucking dicks. Like, why are they making fun of me? And I asked them, I said, like, I thought we were friends. Why are you being a dick?
Yeah.
And they're like, stop being a pussy, man. We're just bantering.
No, it's
and I was like,
it's like a whole thing. But it's just none of it's meant with like ill feelings. It's just who we are. But we don't take much seriously. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's like, but it's almost like mood lightening stuff. But some people get really, yeah. That's why I can't banter with random people I don't know on text because they don't understand me.
you go.
Yeah.
I need a translator. Yeah. Basically.
I feel you. Yeah. So he did well last night, this guy?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good date. I'm surprised. No. Well, whatever
was there a
I
kiss?
say,
Was there a kiss?
whatever I say is going to go work against me right now, so I don't want to say anything else.
Was there,
It's just
was
it's
there
just
a
banter.
kiss
Yeah,
or an
don't
attempt
worry.
at a kiss? Okay, that's
Yes,
really
there
good.
was. It was a good first date.
And a good kiss.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. Very happy
Shocking.
for you. Yeah.
I like this guy.
And then I went out afterwards.
I know, yeah. Which throws the loop and everything.
I think that's good. You're probably on like a high and you're like, I want to keep the night going.
I looked really good. My outfit was great. And
And you're
there
really
was
funny.
What?
And you're really funny.
I
you
was
think
so funny,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Doja Cat was there.
And so I'm like, I've got
Gaultier.
to go. I've got to go out. And I was summoned by my friends. I'm like, it would be rude not to, so I had to leave.
I agree with that though, but because like if you like you said, you're done up.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to get out of the house sometimes, so just ride it out. Why not?
Exactly.
What if at this party someone else approached you and said, I want to take you out next week?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Because that's normal, right?
Not in Australia.
We've been on one date.
You see it through.
We've been on
You're
one
not getting
date.
married?
And we're not getting married. Come the fuck down. I'm like sweating. I'm like, there might not be a second date. Let's just breathe for a second, okay?
So have you lived? We'll change the subject for you.
What?
Have you lived in LA the whole time you lived in the States, or?
No. So I moved to LA in January.
Oh,
And
shit.
before then, I did like a little 4-month stint in Miami, which was delightful. And
Okay.
before that, I was 8.5 years in New York, which was traumatic.
Oh, we didn't know this.
Yeah, that was very traumatic.
Where in New York?
Everywhere, like.
Staten Island.
Yeah, really, yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, don't
everywhere,
shit on our hometown.
everywhere below 14th Street because I'm cool.
It's true.
Exactly.
23rd Street was my rule. If you lived
Yeah.
over 23rd,
Oof, we can't be
wasn't
friends.
happening.
Even back to the dating app thing, like I look at their location. I'm so insane. If you live in Venice, I'm like, this is not going to work.
It's not going to
out.
work. Yeah.
And I don't even bother. Like it's really bad. One thing, it's a whole.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy at all.
It's annoying.
Yeah. It's got to be a really special person to get you out of like, I mean, for me, like literally West Hollywood. Like,
Literally same.
yeah,
Like the worst.
I don't know.
Now, was the West Village? Were you ever in the West Village?
I did 2 years. I kind of did. So over the time, I think I did a year in Soho. No, 2 years in Soho, 2 years in West Village. Then I did Battery Park for a year. Then I did Fight Eye because I loved looking at the water. Then I did Williamsburg for the last 2 years.
Wow. Okay, so let's rewind to that. Where in Australia did you start, and then how did you get to New York? And don't say that you an airplane because
No,
That's a big
my
Aussie
move to
thing.
America story is so good. I'm really good at a tangent, and I'm sorry in advance. Okay,
Do
but
it.
I've got such a good move to America story. So, I grew up in Melbourne.
okay.
Right, I was big party girl, like crazy, then hospitality and everything like that, which was so fun and the best. And then when I was like 26, I was like, no, 25, I was like, okay, I think I'm dying inside. I need to like get out of hospitality. Nightlife is not fun. Like it's great, the most social, like doing the craziest stuff, like just like having breakfast with like Marilyn Manson and like stupid shit. Do you know what I mean? Like
no,
just like
we don't know what you mean.
Like,
You
but,
live
but
in
I'm
this
saying like
different
it was just
world.
like another lifestyle. Do you know? It was stupid like that. And then it was things like oh great, you're in the DJ booth for Daft Punk and this and that. Like just dumb, like not reality stuff. Like it was very fun, great. But then I hit 25, I'm like, okay, I think I'm dying on the inside. I can't go to bed at 4 or 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. every single day. This is really bad for me. I think I'm going to get into wellness. And so I did a complete pivot and went into wellness, which everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? Because I didn't even I've never played a game of sport in my life. Like it's just not my
No
vibe.
netball?
And I did play half a season of netball.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a completely failed Australian. And I can't surf, I'm sorry. But so I got into fitness, and because I've always been fascinated with food and like health and wellness in general, and like I had all these allergies and I was just like a hot mess, but I was always like fascinated by that world. So for me, it was like, okay, how can I make fitness attainable for the cool kid, for the party goer, for the PR person that like drinks and goes out too much? Because back then it wasn't really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like ew, fitness. We're not doing that kind of thing. So my whole brand was based, Sweat with Bec was based around how you can do both. You know what I mean? So it's like you can party hard, you can work out hard as well. And so that's why I'm very like, if I'm hungover, I will work out like a maniac because I have to. So that was like how Sweat with Bec kind of started.
So what was Sweat with Bec?
Sweat with Bec is
Did you
like-
do workout classes or something?
Yeah, so I became a personal trainer
Okay.
and then teaching classes, and then I did like fitness products as well. But then I moved to the States. So basically me and my 3 girlfriends were like, okay, we used to be door bitches together actually. Of this nightclub, and we were basically like, we're gonna save all our money and do 3 months around America. We're gonna rollerblade on Venice Beach. We're gonna do the whole thing. Now, like when I was like 5 years old, you know, when you do like a time capsule thing and you write like, you know, what you want to do when you grow up. Mine was like, I want to move to America, and it was like my mum we'd only opened like I think like 5 years ago, and I'm like, wait, what the hell? I didn't even know I was that obsessed. But I was obsessed with Hollywood, obsessed with everything in America. I'm like, oh my God, I just have to live there. I have to go there. So we saved all our money. We quit our jobs for 3 months and we come to the States. And we had the most ridiculous first week anybody could have in America.
I can't even imagine.
But it was like,
Based off where this is going.
but it was so stupid, right?
Okay.
Like, but it was almost like, this is the reason why I moved to America. So we get off the plane. I remember I'd saved my ass off for these Louis Vuitton graffiti leggings. I thought I was so fucking cool. We were staying at the Roosevelt. And then basically, you know, we like get ready for our first drink in America. And then we're at the bar and this guy's like, oh my God, I love your leggings. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Thinking I was like the coolest bitch in the world. And then he's like, oh my God, you're Australian. I'm like, oh my God, I know I've got an accent. Like, cause that was also exciting. And then he's like, I was just there. And I'm like, what for? And he's like, oh, we're on tour. And I'm like, Like, who are you? Whatever. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm LMAFO. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead.
No way.
And it was just as the song Shots came out. So they were like a whole thing. So then we start having shots with the boys.
Wow.
And then we're drinking with these guys. And then they're like, let's just have some drinks back in our hotel room. We're like, sure. They go to our level of our hotel room. We're like, that's weird. They're on level 8 too. That's strange. And then they go down our same corridor and we're like, oh, okay, this is like fucking strange. And then they are in the room next to us.
No way.
And I'm like, okay, great. So then we call downstairs and we're like, can you join our rooms? Because we've got the door that like it joins the rooms. So then we join our rooms and then we have like this like completely unhinged like 2-3 days of like, you know, like we go out, we do this, whatever. So fun. So then I was obsessed.
That's a good first day.
I was obsessed with Steel Panther, which was basically like this mock, like glam rock, like Motley Crue-esque like thing they used to play at the House of Blues. And so we were so desperate to go see them. We're like, we have to see them. It's going to be the best. And a friend of a friend organized us tickets. And then they're like, okay, your chaperone will pick you up at 6 p.m. We're like, chaperone, we're good. Like, we don't need it. And they're like, no, just trust us. So a limo pulls up and Joey Fatone gets out. And he's like, ladies. And we're like, what is going on? So then we get to the House of Blues, which is a shit show of a place. And there is one single high top table with a little red rope around it and like a rose and like, you know, candles. And it's like, that's our table in the middle of like this pig swill of people. It was like the stupidest stuff ever. So then we have this crazy week in LA. Everything just falls into place. And then the next weekend we're like, oh, we're driving to Vegas. It's going to be so fun. We're Australian. We have no idea about the American calendar of holidays. I don't understand how any of this works. Apparently it was Memorial Day.
Oh, God.
So we get to Vegas and we wanted to go to the Hard Rock Cafe pool party because we'd heard so much about it, right? That whatever. Rehab. That's right. Oh, my God. Like,
we're dating ourselves here, aging ourselves, yeah.
so bad. So Rehab was it, right? This is like 12 years ago we're talking about. And so then we went out like pretty hard the night before. We were pretty hungover. We get to Rehab and the line's like 500 people long. And we're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Hey. And then they're like, it's $500 for guys, $10 for girls. And we're like, yeah, this is not it. Let's just go.
Wage gap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then we leave. We get an Uber and we're like, Uber driver, where is somewhere cool we can go?
Wait,
Like,
Uber was around in 2010?
I think so. Maybe a cab. Maybe
Okay.
it was a cab. Thank you for aging me that much.
Just
I
fact
really,
checking.
really appreciate that.
Just gotta
Thank you.
keep it honest for the
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
you're right. Okay, a cab.
Yeah.
We spoke,
Horse-drawn carriage
We spoke to
on the cobblestone road
cab
of Vegas.
driver, and he was like, "There's this new hotel that's just opened, and there's a new pool party. It's called like the Encore, the beach club. You should probably go there." Who the fuck listens to their cab driver to go to a party? Like, we're like, what do we do? We're like, sure, drop us off there. We get there and it is a shit show. There's people like everywhere. Like, it's like out of control. And we're like, yo, we're not getting in. This is stupid. So we don't have a shot at the outdoor bar. And one of my best friends, Bec, love you. She was like, I'm going to throw up. I'm like, go with God, love. Let's go. So she goes to the bathroom. As she's walking to the bathroom, LMAFO are being escorted in by security.
Whoa.
And she's like, just swallow it. You just put on a happy face. And then all of a sudden she's like, hey. And they're like, oh my God, come with us. So we're like, sure. So then now we're in a cabana with Neo, who's wearing a full length fur coat. It's like 110 degrees, by the way. And then with Neo, Cascade's playing, Paris Hilton's there. And it's like, what is going on? And
you just walk into this stuff. You don't plan it.
No, it was
You're
just
like
the best.
Forrest Gump.
It was literally like yeah.
Damn.
So basically, we had the greatest first week in America of our lives, and that's why I'm like, I have to move here. So then I ended up doing 3 months in the States. I kept on extending. My boyfriend at the time was already back home, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going back. Like, I kept on extending. And then it got to the point where we're like, okay, we're going to deport you. You got to go. I'm like, fair enough. So then I finally catch it. Book a flight home. My friend's dropping me off at the airport. I'm sobbing uncontrollably. Like, I can't get it together. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I just don't want to go. And he's like, well, you're going home to see your family, your boyfriend. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I have to move here. And he's like, Bec, just apply for the green card lottery. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? That sounds fake. And he's like, it's like a green card thing, $50. Just do it when you get home. I swear. Like, just do it. You may as well. And I'm like, okay, sure. as I'm taking off, Hollywood by Madonna's playing on the plane. I'm literally like sobbing uncontrollably. The air hostess thought it was absolutely insane. I get home, I apply for the green card lottery, and then every single night at like 3 a.m. I wake up like, oh my God, bright-eyed, checking my email just in case I won it because I didn't know when it was being drawn. I'm like, oh my God, maybe I've won, maybe I've won. 9 months later, I won the green card lottery.
Whoa.
What are the odds of that?
I think it's 1 in 60,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So there we go. So that's how I'm here.
Wow.
Yeah. I just told you it was going to be a tangent. Sorry.
No, that's great. That's a great story.
You start with
Yeah.
LMFAO, and now last night it's Doja Cat. So you're still going. You still got it.
Still got it. Still
got
got
it.
it. Even though I'm very old. Thank you so much for reminding me. Okay.
No. It's how you look and how you feel.
Right? Exactly.
And Steve's, he's up there.
I'm getting up there too. Yeah.
It's fine. We're
Yeah.
okay. We got this, guys. We're good.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So, yeah, it's a wild story.
Yeah.
I guess taking it back to dating, right?
Like, let's just really pull you through the trenches. Yeah.
No, we'll get back to that. But yeah, have you noticed a big difference between New York and LA in terms of dating life and the dating scene? And maybe the guys in general?
I find New York and LA interesting, right? So, and my coined term here that I need to like trademark is people who are authentically shit, right? And I love it. So at first here, I'm like, the people are so flaky. And I'm like, no, this is a fucking blessing. I love it, right? People here are so true to themselves about being shit people. They wear it like a sign. They love it. They own it. They're really like, this is who I am. I am a shit person. Great. They're so authentic to themselves. Love it. I know within 2.5 seconds if I'm going to be bothered, like continuing a conversation, whether I want to fuck with you, whether I want to work with you, any type of thing, I will know because I can read you like a fucking book. Great. So if you're authentically shit, you've just X'd yourself out. Amazing. So now I've saved so much time. In New York, people will put on a facade for years. They really will.
Okay.
And because I think in New York, they really have to be the nice guy, not even guy or girl, whatever, even in business stuff as well. It could be friends. Because, for example, if I'm really hooked up, which generally, like, I know a lot of people. Like, I network a lot, right? So it's like, yeah, I have access to really cool events. I get a lot of free shit. I can, it's like, oh my God, what do you guys do? I'm always like the person that plans everything for everybody. So I think people know that they can get something from you. They will pretend to be a good person so much longer, and then you'll find out like a couple of years later, oh wait, you were just using me. Because in New York, they kind of suck you dry a little bit because they're a little bit ruthless like that. Here, people, yes, they're shit or whatever, but they're true to themselves. So it's like you're authentically shit. I love that. And then the good people are great. Well, what I've found anyway.
Yeah. I think that's
I've never actually heard it that way, but it does make sense.
Yeah, I've really gone deep on this. I've my
you
analysis.
should definitely do something with that. Trademark it. Yeah.
Well, it changes my answer now because my answer was the opposite of that.
Then New York's great.
No, just that New York people, you know right away if they like you or not because they just don't care. Whereas here, you get the fakeness.
But here, the fake is so fake.
I know.
But
And
you
maybe
know,
I
do you know
haven't
what I
been
mean?
here. I haven't been here long enough.
When did you move here?
2 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So.
But the fake here is just so. I think they're very transparent about
Yeah,
it.
it's more obvious, I would say. You
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah.
Like you can tell. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not listening to a word you say.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like they can ask you a question. It's like it's kind of iconic. Like someone will ask you a question and you'll start answering them. And it's like I could talk to a wall instead. That's fine. But
Yeah.
that's kind of how they are here.
Yeah, I guess to your point, the fakeness does come out very quickly now that I'm thinking about it.
So
Where
quickly.
You meet someone, your friends. The next day, you text them, no answer. It's like, okay, you're already fake, but
Yeah.
you know right away that you're fake.
Exactly. Because
Okay,
it's
yeah.
like it's people just aren't invested here. They don't care. I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the ones that do are really fucking good. Do you know what I mean? Because
But
then
how often do you come across those type of people?
kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think also the other thing with LA, like which I've figured out, you've got to be in a pre-vetted crowd,
Okay.
right? Okay. And I was talking to this about last night actually. You've got to be in a pre-vetted crowd. What I mean by that is whether it's like dating or like making friends or anything like that. Like if I'm at, and it's, yes, I'm going to sound like a douchebag, but if I'm at Soho House, right?
Hey,
Okay.
I'm frequent.
It's why don't I ever see you there?
Which one?
All of them. No. WeHo.
Wow, so many douchebags on this
I
podcast
can't
right
help
now.
it. Hi.
God damn.
I'm just being authentic. But I feel like, look, in a pre-vetted crowd, like at Soho House, I can sit at the bar at Soho House and I will come away and I'll make so many friends, right? Because people are chatty, Kathy. They are so down to talk. Why? Because they know you're not insane. because it's a pre-vetted crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that, well, you didn't just walk in here. Okay. So there was some kind of vetting process for you to get in here. Great. You're not a serial killer, hopefully, or at least you're kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can gauge
No,
that,
I
right?
totally agree with the whole
You go to a
concept.
really cool event, right? Well, you're invited by someone. Okay, cool. So same
Yeah.
thing. Let's hope that you're not insane, but you're the I've got a better strike rate, right?
Right.
And people are more like open to chat. If I go to a random ass bar in WeHo and trying to talk to someone at the bar, it will be good fucking luck. No one's going to talk to you ever. Why? Because they don't want to talk to you. Because they're like, who the fuck is this psycho? What do you want? Oh my God, this person's trying to use me. Because people just have their guard up like crazy. I do too, right? Because I'm just like, oh my God, like, what do you want? Before I even like turn around.
Yeah.
Right? So your chances of people being like receptive to it are way less, I think. So that's why I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
I was gonna say maybe it's you.
What
I don't know if the people in WeHo don't want to talk. I don't know. I don't have that experience, but no, I get what you're
just don't
saying.
have
though.
your looks.
No, I do.
What
I
can
do
say?
feel. I do feel that way about Equinox as well. Like you get like a certain type of person that's if you go to like I've gone to the 24-hour fitness on Santa Monica to use the sauna one time, and that was the
the sauna on.
last time I ever went.
That must have
I
been
would
an
keep that to
experience.
yourself.
That
I would
must
not.
have
I
been
would
No,
not. I would
it's
not
a-
put that on a dating
It's
profile.
not on a dating profile, but a cautionary tale. So I know they've since closed it and probably condemned the building. But Equinox, you get a certain type of, you still get some douchebags and stuff, but you get like a nicer, like,
It's a higher caliber of people, you know what I mean? Because they're paying to be there.
Right.
Like, and I think that's important. Like, I think it's just where you're surrounding yourself
it is. And
know,
I do agree with what you're
without
saying.
sounding
Yeah.
like an asshole. But
Yeah.
I guess that's just how
But it is a pre-vetted crowd.
it just makes things easier, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not cool enough to do it to the extent that you do, but we'll get.
Listen,
I guess we're getting our
I'm
little
not here to
small
flex.
dose.
It's not my fault. if
No,
I'm
you
doing
don't
it
need to
naturally.
Flex with Bec. So you chose America over an ex-boyfriend, which I think is a great decision. No offense
Yeah.
to him if he's watching.
Well,
What was he going through in those 3 months when you were just?
he was with me on part of the trip. We don't need to talk about this.
No, we don't have to talk about it. I was gonna use that as
He
a
was
jump.
with me on part of the trip, and then he went home, and then I stayed.
Okay.
So he was part of the LMFAO stuff.
What?
He was part of the first week.
He wasn't there for the first week, which is so funny.
So he missed the first week, was there for a little bit, and then you stayed. Yeah. Wow,
No,
Poor
so
guy.
I wasn't even trying to bring that up.
No, I'm
I was going to
joking.
use that as
I'm joking.
what's
It's
your like dating history? Have you been in any serious relationships recently?
I used to be like a serial monogamist, like hard out. Like I've lived with 4 boyfriends. I usually have a 3-year cutoff because I'm insane.
Like shit or get off the pot type of thing?
Like if I don't know
engagement?
it's marriage by 3 years,
Yeah.
see you later, I'm out. And I've kind of like cut every relationship at the 3-year mark exactly.
Hmm.
like almost like to the day.
Really?
I've broken up
So
with
you're
a
like a
boyfriend
Leo.
at a wedding.
The female Leo.
Whoa.
Family.
At a wedding.
I'm a Leo.
I meant Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you. Wow, that's
The 3-year mark, they're out.
well, no, but like, how long do you waste your fucking time?
No, I think that's valid.
3 years is generous.
But do you
I think.
have a conversation with them? Like, hey. 3
Yeah,
years,
by that
what's
stage
going
it
on?
sucks. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But I also like I'll mentally break up with them 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I'm insane. So, but I think this is a
At
protection.
like the 1 year mark, and then you just ride it out for 2 more years just to
I'll
get
mentally
split
break up
the
with them for
rent.
like 2 years, right? And I'll be like, okay, this is like kind of fucked. I'm so done with this. But okay, let's see. Maybe let's give them some time to redeem themselves. Let's see, maybe, because I'm very hopeful. I give people a lot of chances, and then it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, we are like done, and then I'm like not emotional about it because I'm like over it.
Okay.
At that stage, yeah. But
But-
I've broken up with a boyfriend like mid-wedding once. At someone else's wedding.
At your own wedding. You guys.
At someone else's wedding. Mid-ceremony, that was cool.
Mid ceremony.
Yeah.
Holy
Wait.
shit.
Can you share?
Yeah,
a
I need
little
to
bit?
hear this one.
So was it like, does anyone have anything to say? And then you said, actually, I want to break up with this guy.
No, I just turned around and I'm like, I don't want this. I'm like, we don't have this. I'm like, we need to listen.
How did he take it?
Great. Went down really well. Yeah, really, really well.
I assume you had a room and you were the date. And
it was also an on-location wedding. Yeah,
Ooh,
great.
wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
Wow.
I know. And then, but it's also, I don't know why, like my birthday, I've broken up with 2 people on my birthday. Valentine's Day, I've broken up with 2 boyfriends on Valentine's Day.
Have they ever broken up with you? Has anyone ever?
No, actually.
Wow. So maybe right around times that you're just People are very intimidated by you.
I'm like sweating.
It's like Christmas is coming. I might get broken up with Valentine's
Literally
Day.
any big event in my life, look out.
Did they give you birthday gifts before or after, or did they give you gifts and then you broke up with them?
No, it's usually like week of.
Okay.
Or like day before.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. I should always wait.
Yeah.
I fuck that up a lot.
That's all right.
You know when you just know I'm like I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not like I've blindsided anybody. Because we've done the 3 months
You're not
of like
blindside. You're at a wedding, a destination. You turn around and see, how's that not a blindside? Like you're on a Valentine's Day dinner. Oh, it's over. It's like,
no,
oh.
it's not that extreme. Come on. But I'm saying like you've done like your 3 months of hell first. You know what I mean? Where you're like working on shit. You've already had the chat. You've like pre-taught. Like they know what's coming by that stage.
Now are these American men, for the most part.
No, all Australians actually.
All Australians in America.
I'm the worst.
We know.
I've had 2 people move here for me.
Wow.
Come on. How does that start?
What?
So wait, you met them back home and then?
Yeah.
Come on. You?
Black Widow over here. Yeah.
She's a different level.
God.
Wow.
The most poisonous spider
Am I
out
going
of
to get through this
Australia.
podcast and
You
never
know
go
what's
on a
funny?
date again?
You know
Can
what's
you
funny?
just help me
You know what's
out?
funny?
Can
It's
you
like-
be my hype man a little bit?
Sometimes
Come
you
on.
think you're like, oh, like
We're
you think like, oh, someone's so pretty and successful, like, you know, it's curious why they're not with someone. And then it's like, no, she literally just puts guys through the ring and doesn't want to be with them.
No, I want to be with them. I love the idea of love. I don't really like, but like, granted, I've also like, some of my boyfriends, I paid their rent. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
it's like, I'm not talking like
Yeah.
keepers here, you know?
Okay. So is
Yeah.
it an Aussie guy thing?
Probably. I haven't had much luck in Australia, in America though, either though, so we'll see.
Okay. Was this guy last night American?
He was American.
Okay.
Who knows? My
This
last
guy.
boyfriend was American.
What happened with him?
It didn't work out.
What happened? Christmas happened.
Yeah, it was Christmas. No, that was that was Valentine's Day actually.
Jeez. Wow.
We're not going to talk about that one. That's fine.
This guy's going to be watching this podcast and be like, all right, I got to really map this out for the next 3 years. I got to make sure I do all the right things.
Clock's ticking. Yeah. Man.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about
Leave you
this?
speechless. What's happening?
Yeah.
Just a lot to think about. Yeah. A lot to take in.
You are a sharp, tough woman.
No, I'm not. It's not that. Like, I love the idea of love. I love the idea of like getting married and doing all that stuff. But I think like most of the time with my relationships, it comes down to insecurity, right? And it's not me. It's like the guys are insecure. Do you know what I mean?
Back to the intimidation thing.
How after so long though?
That's what I don't get. It's almost like it develops, which doesn't make any sense.
I understand to some extent why.
But I think it's because like they think they just built like, yes, I'm on Instagram. Yes, I do the whole thing. Yes, I'm at events all the time. But like, I'm so transparent with everything. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I really like lay it down. I also like, I'm like basically a fucking Stepford wife. I cook dinner every night. I love this shit. Do you know what I mean? Like I love like playing
Yeah.
home. Maybe I also give off a wrong impression because people are like, oh my God, she's a party girl. Yeah, I'm a party girl when I'm single. But is it false advertising? And maybe that's my problem as well with dating. Because like once I'm in a relationship, I'll go out like once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't want to go out every night. I'm good. Like I am so good. I love playing home.
Actually,
you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't think you give it that vibe off at all. I mean, I don't know you really at
Yeah.
all, but
You're like at all.
But-
Well, after this.
no, just through the few times we've
Yeah.
interacted through business or following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you actually seem like a really cool, genuine person who happens to just be an Australian fitness instructor who gets perks. It seems pretty
Yeah.
cool, you know?
But I don't know. I can't figure it out of like what, because I'm also like deep diving in my whole like, okay, why isn't this not working? Because I'm 36. I got to like figure it out real quick. You know?
So, but you do want to like marry someone and
yeah, but I'm like, I don't really have a timeline because like kids, if they haven't, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, which I know is not a popular thing to say, but
I feel like you're like
just
that to some extent.
don't-
I'm like
Yeah,
that,
Steve's
yeah.
exactly like that.
I just don't really like.
I'm not 36 yet though.
Like if one more person asks me if I'm going to freeze my eggs, I will literally cut them. Like I do not care. like I just.
Shit, scratch that.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's just such a like it's just so like
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Like I leave it up to the universe. If it happens, great. If not, if I really turn 45 and I'm like I am desperate for a baby, I'll adopt.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with that. Like, but right now, I'm really good at looking after my dog and barely myself. So that's
Hey,
enough.
I've talked to people that have dogs and kids, and have had multiple of each, and they say that sometimes dogs are tougher to raise than kids. I'm not even kidding. It depends on the temperament.
Don't get me wrong. I would be a fucking super mum. That goes without saying. But I just don't know if I have room for it in my life.
Yeah. I mean, between dogs and plants, there's so much shit you got to take
My
care
dog
of.
is
Yeah.
amazing. I crushed
I've
my
seen
dog.
it. He's very cute. I'm not into the small dogs, but
Yeah, but you know what? You haven't met him, and that's why.
that's what.
You should have brought
No,
him.
no. I hate a yappy Pomeranian. Like, I
Okay.
can't handle it. I get so on edge. Like, they give me anxiety. He's like one of the boys.
He's chill.
He's so chill.
Okay.
He's so excited. He goes everywhere with me. Why? Because he's so well behaved. Like, he just won't make a noise. Because he knows that if he's quiet,
Why didn't
he'll
you bring
keep-
him? Why didn't you bring him today?
I know. I should have read
That would've
one,
been really
actually.
nice.
That would have been really fun. I know. He's very cute too. You could have drilled him for questions instead of me.
Get the real truth.
Exactly. Like, what did she do?
But I think that's why I like living in New York and LA, like the cities, because age actually doesn't really matter. You know, you can be 36, but it's like you just everybody else.
Well, it's like
You
30,
aren't
what
really
do they
an
say?
age,
It's like
you know?
36 in the cities, like 21 in the suburbs, which
100%.
is so true. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I know.
Yeah, I feel that way. That is one thing I love about LA specifically is like you can kind of like you don't feel pressure from normal societal,
Totally.
you know.
But then it's almost like to the other extreme too. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
Where it's like everyone is Peter Pan syndrome, like
Yeah.
to the max. So it's
So-
like, at what point do you get like, come on, guys.
That's what I'm scared about. Was I see all these like 50-year-old men, 55-year-old men,
Yeah.
and they like even at our party. They were hitting on, younger women, some even like 21, and they were getting upset that the woman wasn't taking them serious. And I was like, dude, like, what do you want? Like, do you not see the dynamic here?
But it's like daddy complex kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all these guys basically, and one of my really good friends, he would talk to me about this, and he's like 44, and we always laugh about it. And he's like, Bec, it's great. He's like, I'm 44. I can fuck 22-year-olds. That's all I'll do. Why? It's like, because I can, because basically, like, they can live out the fuckboy lifestyle and do whatever. They don't have a time limit. They don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Do you know what I mean? So they can always date way younger. And then what does a 22-year-old girl expect? Oh my God, he bought me dinner. That was amazing. Like, yo, that's it. That's all they've got to do. And then you're like a god,
Yeah.
right? There's zero expectation. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he bought me a coffee. How cute. For me, I'm like, buy me a handbag. No, but it's like, but it's just different level of expectation. They expect nothing. So basically they're like, Aladdin showing her the world. And it's like, he literally bought her dinner. He bought her a cocktail. Like,
Well, that's
come
what I was
on.
gonna say. Is if you have a lot of money, you can get away with it and be a fuckboy until you're 65.
Yeah.
But if you don't pull that income in and you get to be in your 50s, and then you have that realization, you're screwed.
Well,
like,
no, exactly.
yeah.
That's
So
when you get on dating apps and set your age to 50 and date your age, I guess. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't get nervous about that because I think like when you look at the creepy guys, right? Like I'm not a creepy guy, so like
Yeah.
I'll try to age like Clooney, not like one of these creeps that somehow snuck into our party.
Even Clooney figured it out.
Yeah, but he always had it figured out in a sense.
Yeah.
And he's a weird example, extreme example, but like you can be a single guy who's you can be a single guy who's like normal and you can still sleep around or date around or whatever, but like if you're a creepy guy, that's a totally different story. So I don't get nervous because I'm not gonna be that creepy guy who's
Yeah, but also like at one point you're gonna be like, do you know what? I probably want a girlfriend.
Yeah,
Great.
no doubt.
And you're gonna make that realization before 50 because you're not insane. So I
Right.
think that's the difference.
But then also you look at how many people get divorced or stay together but are
Well,
unhappy.
at least we've just like avoided our first divorce. Love that for us.
Yeah,
That's great.
No, exactly. So, but that's why I'm so picky is because like I'm good single, and
That's the thing. And although it's douchey and like the whole Drake quote that's going viral at the moment of like, I don't need my time and all that, but it is true. Like, I fucking love my life. I actually do, right? So it's like, yeah, to actually insert yourself into my life, you've got to add a benefit because otherwise, if it's not greatly benefiting me, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
There's no point because
Yeah.
I love my routine. I love my whole situation. I love my fucking dog. I'm in a good thing right now. So unless you're adding value, but if you're a pain in the ass, you're a headache, or it's more work than a reward, like it comes down to like treat it like a business. Where's the ROI? Like what am I putting
Yeah.
in versus what am I getting out? Unless it's greatly increasing value, I'm not doing it.
So is that value a feeling, like the way they make you feel? Because you said you've paid rent for some ex-boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
And then
Idiot.
so it clearly showed that with them, it didn't matter obviously how much money
I
they
was
didn't make
obviously
money.
going through a phase of dating hot poor people, but that's okay.
But now, are you looking for someone who's doing something of success in their life that makes them more attractive, or is it still just more of a feeling?
No, so now it's like I think it's the whole picture. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like you've got to, like, what do I mean by success? Like it's like I want like a partner in crime kind of situation. Do you know what I mean? It's like you push me, I'll push you. Great, like be more successful than me. Love that because
Yeah.
I'll want to try harder. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Or I'll just be a kept woman. Either way, it's fine. But but do you know what I mean? Like make me want to do better in certain things. You know what I mean?
100%.
Also like. Be obsessed with me. Worship the ground I walk on. Like, I'm not asking for much.
Handbags.
All the things.
Dog dad. You need a dog dad.
I need a dog dad. Yeah.
You don't need one.
No, I don't need one.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
Cashie's fine.
you need someone who would be a good father figure.
Oh my God, if they didn't like a dog, get out. No,
Yeah.
That's like a deal breaker.
Yeah.
That's a deal breaker.
Does Cachet is the name?
Cashew. Like the
Cashew.
nut.
Oh, nice. Does Cashew usually like the?
Cashew loves boy time.
Yeah?
Loves boy time. Why? Because when I got him, I was with my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And so it's almost like every time he's around a guy now, he's like, oh my God, he freaks out. He just loves boy time. It's the best. So like, that's why all my guy friends are obsessed with my dog because he's just so fun.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now, do you play home field advantage, or do you go away with a guy for the first couple of interactions? Like, does Cashew get the taste right away, or
If
does
I'm like seeing someone.
yeah? Like how much time until
It's not
you
like
get the home
it's
court
not,
advantage?
It's not a child. It's not a child. It's not like, oh my God, I've got to introduce you to the man. Like, it's fine. Cashew gets along with everybody. He's the mayor of the city, basically. Yeah. But yeah, it really depends. Home advantage is good because all your shit's there, right?
But I
then-
don't like home advantage because you have to do the kicking out, which is more difficult than the leaving.
I used to be really good at that though.
That kicking out.
I used to be great at that.
What was how?
I've called you an Uber. It's out the front. Like, literally.
Seems like that would be after speaking to you for an hour.
But that was I went through a phase of that. But yeah, but then the other thing is like if you're not at your place, you can run away. Love that.
Yeah, I love that a lot.
That's great because then I can like be busy and get on with my day.
Yes.
But I think now getting people out of your apartment, right? Even if you're like it's like a boyfriend and you've been seeing each other for like say it's like your 10th date, right? And it's like great, you're sleeping over, amazing. It's like I'm so busy today. I've got such a busy day. Work. It's Sunday. I know I work on Sundays. Crazy. Yep, I'm busy. I've got to go to the gym. I'm busy. See ya. That's fine.
Yeah, and if it's your boyfriend, he should already kind of be able to
Well, like
suss that
someone
out.
that's going to be your boyfriend. Say you've gone on like 10 dates, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you haven't had the chat yet or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like that's fine.
Let me ask you this. So we've been asking people this recently.
Why am I nervous?
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Would you ever consider, if you lived with a guy again, having separate bedrooms?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, or I would consider having a dressing room.
But
Where'd
would
you
you sleep in separate bedrooms potentially?
Oh, no, I love sleeping next to somebody.
Okay.
I'm a big cuddler. I call it the baby koala, right? Because
You're the baby koala?
Yeah. You know the baby koalas hug a tree? I basically do that when I sleep. It's
Okay.
great. You know the little like the clips? Have you seen them? The koala clips?
No.
Oh my God, you've got an Australian girlfriend.
What do you mean
Fiance, sorry.
What do you mean the koala clips?
There's these little koala clips that basically like there's a little felt koalas that like stick onto the side of things. They're
Oh,
like
okay,
every
yes.
little like Australian merch thing ever. But that's basically me when I sleep. It's like a leg over and a
Okay.
leg over.
But what
I
if
love that.
does the boyfriend ever just be like, listen?
No, I was about to say I'm so great to sleep with, but no, I'm really good to sleep next to. I'm so cozy. I'm a very comfortable human. I really am. I'm very comfortable.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of them will let me like sleep in their nook, like their shoulder all night. That's very common. My ex-boyfriends have loved that. Yeah. I'm a very cuddly person.
Okay.
Basically.
The arm does get tired after you're in the nook. For
That
a
could
while.
be nerve damage if you
Literally.
if it's long term. Yeah.
Even falling asleep like that and then waking up at the other side of the bed, great. That's fine. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? But I feel like sleeping next to each other is important if you live together. Having your own bedrooms, still down for that though.
Okay.
See, yeah,
Like if I moved in with a boyfriend, I would have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 100%.
And what would be
Yeah.
in the bedroom? Just your stuff?
Yeah, that would be my dressing room.
Okay.
So not 2-bedroom.
With all the handbags,
A 1-bedroom with a dressing room.
cashew stuff.
But it's like, I think you need separate space.
No, I agree with that.
I think it's super
100%.
important because otherwise, like, what, we're just supposed to fucking mesh our lives together and think that's good? No, it's not going to work out.
Well, that's why I think you have to have your own lives, right? You both leave the house,
Yeah.
spend 10 hours apart, and you're like excited to come back.
That's exactly it.
You know?
And I think it's like, even socially, you shouldn't have to do everything together. If I get a +1 for an event, that's not going to be you, bro. Like, you're not coming unless
Who's the +1?
anybody.
Besides the person you're with.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Because it's work.
Okay, for work. Okay.
What events am I going to that are not
I don't know.
work?
A wedding?
You got invited. So say you got invited last night to, what was it, Jean Paul Gaultier's birthday
Yeah,
party?
like, whatever you.
Okay, so
I sound like a douche.
no
No, I just
big-
want to
no
say
No,
big
I'm
deal.
just I'm curious, right? All right, so you come home, you get the invite, right?
Yeah.
Boyfriend's next to you, and it's like, okay, Beck, you get +1 to the party tonight. And do you take him or do you take? Because that is kind of work. Right?
Okay, so it's like 11 p.m. and I
Yeah.
just got the invite. Like, hey, what are you doing right now? You're on the list. Da, da, da. If I was on the list, I would go, right? If I did not get a +1 in the situation and he's sitting next to me, I'd be like, I'm really sorry. I gotta go. And I would go.
But if you got a +1.
If I got a +1, I think I'd bring him. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because he was there when I got the text.
Mm.
Couldn't really lie about it. Couldn't really make that seem,
So,
you know?
so if just you were on the list, you'd go.
Yeah. Because also I'm going with all my I'm meeting all my friends
That's
there.
fair, yeah.
And I think it's trying to set that, but I think these little things are what cause insecurity over time if you're not a secure person, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm just like, I know my life's very fun. I get it. I'm really fucking fun, but
And funny.
and hilarious. But the thing is, like, you can't expect that because we're dating, you instantly get my social life. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
think
mean?
that's
But I
great.
think a lot of people, when we do start dating, because I am very fun and whatever, like they just expect that, oh, great, now I'm going to go on these sick trips with her. I'm going to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And then when I say no, right? Or I'm like, oh, no, I'm bringing this, but then it's like a whole fucking thing. And I'm like, well, you can't just expect to just like jump into my life and then reap all the benefits when it's like, what am I getting out of this? Like, it's like, and I think I need to be more protective of that because that is what I've worked for.
Right.
And that is my network. They are my friends. I've done that. You know what I mean? And I think I've had a lot of people, because then it gets to a fine line of like, are you with me for my connections or because I do cool shit or for me? And that's a whole thing too.
Yeah.
And I think I've noticed that over time, which kind of fucking sucks. Because then, I don't know. It gets
Yeah, you
shitty.
don't know the real intentions, essentially.
Yeah. So I think I need to protect that side of it, even though I'm the worst at that because I love like inviting other people everywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this. Let's all have
Wait,
fun.
so are we like gonna get?
Oh my God, do
invited
you want to go
sometime?
out? Let's
Well,
do it.
speaking
Oh my God, guys,
speaking
let's
of
get ready.
happy hour at the Brightly in 2 weeks from today, you
Love
should come
that.
by.
I will do
We'll
that, absolutely.
let you know. But I think we're coming up on an hour, so we're gonna start to wrap.
That went fast.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
Yeah, what's going on with Sweat Bec in LA? Because we spoke about how Sweat Bec started. What is Sweat? What is Sweat Bec in LA?
So it's back in LA. So I'm personal training if I like you. Personal training is like dating. If you don't like your clients and if you don't like your trainer, you're not going to do it, right? So it's very specific, I think. So if I like you, I will train you. And then I do a lot of like consulting for hotels and stuff like that. So like wellness activations and things like that. So
cool.
basically hotels have generally terrible wellness programs. So I have a whole bunch of trainers who I love and adore in New York and Miami that work underneath me as far as like, so I will put them in different hotels to teach classes and then I'll do branded activations like pop-ups everywhere. So for example, like Art Basel in 2 weeks, I'm going down to Miami and I'll do like a big brand activation. So I get brands that are interested and that to sponsor the event and then fill it full of influencers, take a bunch of content. And yeah. It's really
Oh,
fun.
wow.
Yeah, that stuff's really fun. So for me, that's very plug and play, but I love events. You know what I mean? So I've turned that. I'm also like the oldest person left in fitness, I think. So it's kind of like I've got to branch
I think
out.
Richard
But that's
Simmons is
making
still
you-
going. I think he is.
So I've got to branch out and do other stuff, which is fun. So like the event side of things I love.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And then where could everybody find you?
Instagram, of course, at Sweat with Bec,
Yep.
BEC, no K.
Not
Very
not
important.
Nolan, not Bec Nolan.
Not Nolan.
Bec Donlan.
Yeah. And then around WeHo at every douchebag spot, apparently.
So
this is who I am.
Well,
Yeah,
That
Bec.
went
Just out
yeah.
there fighting off fuckboys, you know, it's fine.
yeah, I feel like we have to have part 2 in a couple
I know,
weeks.
that was
because
really
that's
fun.
Yeah, we hit the
You
we
give
hit,
the update on the date and whether there was a
Yes.
second one.
we hit the podcast version of the 3-year mark, so we're gonna cut it right
You're
here.
like, oh, we're done.
Kick her out. Yeah, Bec, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
And we'd
Thank
love
you
to
so
have you
much,
back
guys.
for a part 2 one day.